company was launching in Mexico. We took advantage of that. And boy, I have no regrets about that. We have a plan out, and we have, just so you guys know, we do have 3 doctors in the house here, and one of them actually has done quite a lot of research on the flagship product that we'll be launching with called Link. And one of the ingredients in there, the main ingredient, butyrate or butyric acid, okay? It's going to be incredible stuff. And I have a feeling as soon as this product launches in the first weeks of October, that people are going to be doing that product within a week or so. And your business is just going to shoot up. Now, here's the funny part. We realize there's a lot of people out there, and I know a lot of people out there, and I'm sure you do too, that are just, let's wait and see. Wait and see. That's totally okay. Most people are wait and see. This is a very small group of people who see something that want to get involved in something below ground floor. Okay, an early adopter. Okay, let me use the word visionary because there's a little faith involved in doing what we're doing. But my faith came because I'm involved with John McGarry, who I've worked with before in another company, a guy named David Brown, who's the CEO of this company, and a guy named Ryan Thompson, thank you. And I'll tell you, these guys, it's not their first rodeo. They know what they're doing. And so what makes up for my faith in not actually having that product in my hands and not having to take the product yet is the very fact that I have the trust in them in growing this company because they've done it before. So this is going to be a fun ride, and I feel very privileged. And I hope you do too, to be in this thing real early. So anyway, I don't want to take up all the time talking here. You didn't come here to see me. Hopefully you came here to eat my food. And I love that. You know, seriously, that's what this is all about for me. In fact, I'm very like this when it comes to business meetings and when it comes to old school, I'm going to use the word proven plan type stuff that didn't prove to be true, even though some of us have followed it to the letter. There's other things that work now. Things have changed. And I've had an incredible education myself in network marketing, okay, where I've dabbled in a couple other companies, and I learned a lot about how to do things. And, you know, John even said it on this call, it's not what works, it's what's duplicatable.
Yeah.
It's what's duplicatable. So we're going to be really good at that in this company. We're going to be able to be product focused on this company. But right now, we don't have that product yet. So we're just focusing right now on putting people in and seeing how big we can build this organization, this company. When that product hits, oh boy, okay? At any rate, I'm done talking, fortunately, and I want to introduce, I had to ask her before she comes up here, Christina Godoy, what rank she is, because it keeps changing every month. So I think she's about an A13, but I think when we launch here in the USA, she'll probably hit the highest rank of A15. So
Or
anyway,
60?
what's funny about that is in another company, I went to an event when we got to a mid-level called the Profile Summit, I think it was, and we were there together, and all I can say is look where she's at now. Okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because she saw a vision.
She's an incredible leader, and Christina, would you give us some words of wisdom?
Woohoo!
Well, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the clothes and the food. This was amazing. We should do it every single day.
Right?
Well, my name is Christina. I come from Sacramento. The accent comes from Colombia, actually. Being here in the States for 21 years, 18 of those years, I did journalism. I went to the highest networks and Spanish TV as a reporter and producer, and I loved it. However, I just realized very soon in my career that it wasn't going to give me what I wanted, and I wanted the nice lifestyle, means I could go to the mall and shop, right? And the ability to stay home with the kids, which is, you know, we live in California, that's kind of hard, right? So someone invited me 6 years ago to join this industry, you know, marketing industry, and I was like, no, thank you, I'm too good for that. Too good for school, right? However, everything that I learned very quickly made a lot of sense. It took me 1 year to make my decision. 1 year, because I was full of fears. I didn't have a big circle of shy and introverted, so I was happy where I was. I didn't have any time because I was working at the time with the legislators here in California, in Sacramento, as a media consultant. So I was like, no, I don't have any time. But I didn't have any money either to invest because all my money was going to daycare for my 2 babies. So I was like, okay, if I continue doing what I'm doing, nothing is going to change. Everything that I wanted is just going to be a dream. And actually, let me tell you a funny story. No one knows this, but in my work at the legislature, as a media consultant, I watch a lot of TV. Thank you, taxpayers. And I was always watching House Hunters International. Have you guys seen that show?
Yes.
And I always, every single day, was asking myself, okay, how these people can live anywhere in the world and get some income. And seriously, I was getting like traumatized with the idea, like, why am I sitting here at this desk when obviously money is printed somewhere and I don't have access to it. And everything we start thinking about it, we attract, right? And I meet this lady that out of the blue, never knew her before. She introduced me to the industry. Took me a year to make my decision. And I started learning very quickly about a new way that we don't get to teach at school, right? Of making music. And I was doing that until the point where I said, okay, is this the American dream? Did I came from Colombia to get a work, paycheck, don't see my kids, vacation once a year? I was like, no, there must be something else out there, right? So 3 months after I started doing that business, I was able to bring the kids home from daycare, and I've been able to work from home for the last 6 years of my life, which is thanks to the results of this industry.
Yay! Woo!
Now, throughout the last 6 years, I met amazing people, I built great relationships, and I learned a lot. My personality is like, I don't really care, I'm just gonna go for it, and I'm not attached to any emotions, I'm just gonna go and get what I need to do in order to get what I want, right? So I met amazing people, and we were able to build an organization of, I think it was $2 million, the top that we were able to do. And it was pretty good. That was right. That was part of the 1%, right, Dara? We were doing great. However, I realized very quickly as well that this business has phases, has stages, right? And if you don't know someone that is connected to someone that has the information, you miss those stages, right? So a year ago, one of my good friends, a neighbor, Ryan Thompson, like one of my neighbors, someone that I really admire, Ryan and I became friends at the previous company. We always were very close. And a year ago, he reached out to me and he's like, hey, I'm launching a new product, that you pretty much, and technology that you're very aware of, but it's 10 times better. And I said, are you inviting me or are you threatening me? Because you're coming to my market, right, with something that is 10 times better. And for a second, I was like, oh, I hate you. But then I was like, okay, give me 3 days to think about it. And again, I said, I've learned for 5 years all the things that I needed to learn to realize that the industry goes by stages and that you have the opportunity to get the best cut of the cake if you are at the very, very beginning. So I went through my process, my decision process. I asked God for my blessing. And this, where we are here right now, it reminds me honestly of where I was a year ago with a group of friends. One of them is here, probably not this. And we got together in Guadalajara, Mexico, with Ryan Thompson, and he was gonna do exactly what John, that comes from Utah, what corporate is gonna do today. And he said, what, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna launch in Mexico, and this is pretty much what Activz is, and this is what you could get. And we all looked at each other. It was a very intense day. We traveled all night to get there, and we got back the same day from Mexico to Sacramento. And we looked at each other and said, you know what? We're gonna do it. Let's do it. What if? And it was this exact same stage of where we are right now with the United States.
Yeah.
So to make the 12 months very, very short, in 3 months, we duplicated the volume that we did at the previous company as an organization.
Wow.
And in 1 year, we have been able to build a $6 million organization, which is pretty awesome. Only
Yeah.
in one market. More than that. Only in one market. So we are seriously, I don't know if you're afraid for an opportunity. I don't know if this is for you. I don't know if you're going to see what I saw, what we saw. And what we did is just, we went to share the information. We got excited. We got very, very excited and went to share the information with our friends, with our family, and with people we wanted to be surrounded by, which was leaders in the network marketing industry. And we've been blessed because we have a corporation that is supporting every step of the way for people to build their business. And we have changed many people's lives in Mexico. And John can attest to that and talk more about it. So I really hope that you see what we saw, and it might sound too good to be true, but we already went through it a year ago. So we know it's true, it's real, and just get together with friends and just share the information. And I want to introduce you to John McGurry. He's the Vice President of Sales, and he's going to tell you what Activz is. And this is the first meeting, you guys, that we are pre-launching the company. Isn't that exciting?
Yes.
You're making history. Regardless if you see it, if you don't, if you're going to continue with us a year from now, you're going to remember this. And when I started this business 6 years ago, I told people that told me no. I said, okay, get on my train or get out of my way. But you're going to remember me. You have no idea. You have no idea how many people have reached out to me in the last 6 years that they regret not paying attention to what I share with them throughout these 6 years, and how many lives I see that they went from being stable and having it all together to just, what is it, crumbling? Being in a very bad position right now, and I don't wish that for anyone, but there's something that you wish you had control of, and there's no business, no bosses, not something that we are used to, but now I should just shut up.
Great.
But just life changes, and when opportunity presents itself, just be open-minded. So John McGurry from Corporate, Vice President of Sales, thank you so much.
Dios te bendiga,
Christina, you're an amazing leader. So
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sí se puede.
Amen.
Well, thank you for letting us use your home. This is amazing. This is a great experience. I'll just start by saying this. So you're going to look back on these times. You're going to look back on this moment. And I know because I've been a part of other companies where we launched just like this. And this is what it feels like to be in the beginning, to be at the top, to have an opportunity to have a huge amount of success. This is what it feels like. I'll tell you a little personal story. So I've got a beautiful wife back home. I've got 4 beautiful children, 12, 10, and 6-year-old little girls, and then a 5-year-old little man. I got my man cub, finally. 3 girls, I got a boy, so it was great. Yes, thank you. But I was talking to my 6-year-old daughter. She was heading off to 2nd grade. I took her to school this morning. And I dropped her off, and she said, well, what are you going to do in California? Why are you going to California? I live in a little place called American Fork. It's just south of Salt Lake City. And I said, I'm going out to meet with some great friends. And she said, well, what are you going to do? And I said, well, we're probably going to eat some food, and we're probably going to tell some stories. And I said, I'm going to hug a lot of people. And she's like, this is great. She's like, this sounds like a time, Dad. And I said, I am going to have a great time, because that's really what this company is about. It's about the people. It's about the relationships. We're going to talk a little bit tonight. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Activz. I'm going to tell you about some of our products, a little bit about our philosophy, and a little bit how you can take advantage of it. But really, we're here about the people. That's why I'm here. That's why you're here. That's why everyone is here, is because someone else cared enough to tell them about this, to share it with them.
Yeah.
For those that don't know me, I'm going to just tell you a little bit about my background. So I got involved in this industry almost 20 years ago. I'm in my 19th year in this industry. I started with one of the largest companies in the industry, a $3 billion company. And I traveled all over the world with them. And then I moved to a different company where I traveled all over the world again with a different company. And I had been on the corporate side for years and years and years. And I helped launch some great companies. Many of you were there in the early days of another company that we launched. And we took that company to $200 million in just a couple of years. And it was an incredible experience, but I was surrounded with my friends. But for years and years, for almost 15 years, I had been on the corporate side. And I had been teaching people how to have success in this industry. But there was one thing that was always kind of nagging in the back of my mind. And it was this question: could I do it? Could I do it myself? I had taught people how to be successful. I had taught people the compensation plans of all these different companies. And I said, here's what you're going to need to do to have success. But I had never done it myself. And so about almost 4 years ago, actually 4 years ago in June, I went to my great friend, somebody who I'd known for years, somebody who I love and respect, and his name's Ryan Thompson, and I fired him. He was my boss, and I fired him. I said, hey, I'm quitting, I'm leaving the company that I helped launch, and I'm going to be a distributor. And he looked at me with this crazy look in his eyes, and he's like, you're doing what? And why? And all these things. But there was a reason. There was a couple of reasons. I kind of lost my faith in the company and some of the direction. But most importantly, I needed to prove to myself that I could do it. And so I fired my boss, I quit, I left Ryan Thompson, and I went out and I took advantage of an opportunity just like this. It was a pre-launch of a new division of a company, and I got my wife, and we got together, and she's like, you're doing what? You're quitting your job, you're giving up all these things. And I said, you know what, I've got to do this. And luckily, and we talked a little bit about having the support of a spouse, but luckily she supported me. And she said, okay, what are we going to do to make this work? And we took advantage of a pre-launch just like this. We had 3 months of no income to make something happen. And we went to work. I started talking to my friends. I talked to my family. I talked to people that were a lot smarter than me, people that were a lot more successful than me, people that knew more about great things than I did. And we were able to capitalize in a huge way. We were able to bring in a little over $200,000 in revenue in a short 90-day period.
Wow.
Hit the rank of equivalent here would be about an A16, or sorry, not an A16, an A13 to an A14 in rank, in volume. And it was incredibly exciting because I had proven to myself that not only could I teach people how to do it, but I could actually do it myself. And we were having a ton of fun. I was doing meetings just like this, but I was doing them in my own house. Instead of traveling all across the country, I was in my own house doing this. And everything was going great, everything was going fantastic, until I got a phone call from somebody who I had fired 3 years before. Ryan Thompson calls me up and says, hey, we need to talk. And so I listened, and I said, you know what, we've had a ton of fun being distributors, we've had a ton of success, we've loved it, but I've always wanted to work with people that I love. I want to work with people that I care about, and I want to build something that I could call my own. And that is really what Activz is to me, is this is my chance to build something that I'm going to do the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. And I know that because I'm doing it with the right people. And we're not beholden to other people that don't care about this industry, that don't care about the company. I'm doing it with people that love this industry. They love the products. They love the philosophy. They love you, the distributors. Mm-hmm. That's the most important thing that we have as a company, are you, the distributors. And that's how we feel at the corporate side, whether it's David, whether it's Angie Hawthorne or Josh Dunn or Megan Holt or Jessica Alarcon or whoever it is, we know what the most important thing to the company is, and it's you. Period. There's nothing else that's more important than that. We've got great products, we've got great science, we've got a great compensation plan, but without you being passionate, without you being excited, without you sharing this opportunity with other people, we don't have anything as a company. So we know what our most important thing is. So Ryan called me up. He said, listen, we're putting the team back together. And here's who's involved, and here's what we're going to do, and here's the philosophy. And it didn't take me a year, Christina. It definitely didn't take me a year. I jumped on it quickly. And I said, you know what? I see it. I want to do it. I want to make something that's my own. And most importantly, I want to help a lot of people. And that's why I got involved a little over a year ago. We got together. We were working in this tiny little space, in this tiny little warehouse. And if you could see it today, you'd laugh and you'd say, oh my goodness, I can't believe you fit that many people into that confined of a space. But there we all were, gathered in this little tiny warehouse room, and we're all gathered together and we're writing down ideas on what Activz is going to be, on what we're going to do, on the future of the company, on what our vision is, what the message is, what the compensation plan is going to be. And we started modeling things, and we started writing things all over these whiteboards and all over these pieces of paper to be able to create what Activz is today, but more importantly, where Activz is going to go in the future.
Brain tank.
And I'll tell you what, it's been an incredible year. I've been with the company now a little over a year, and I've been the vice president of sales the whole time. And there's always been this huge challenge for me with the company, and I have to be completely honest, is that we launched in Mexico, and we were doing meetings in Mexico, we were doing trainings in Mexico, and we are growing like crazy in Mexico.
Yeah!
And
Woo!
it's because of the leaders that are doing things
Hold on.
that are having huge success. Well, here's the drawback for me, is that I don't speak Spanish.
Okay,
And I really have truly struggled with this. I get on the phone calls, I listen, I try to be attentive. I'm going back to my high school Spanish days, and I'm catching a word every now and then.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
But to see the lives that are being changed in Mexico is absolutely incredible. People are using a product there, they're having incredible product experiences, and their
Yes.
lives are being changed.
Yes.
The beautiful thing is, financially, their lives are being
Yes.
changed as well.
Change the country.
Yes,
And
yes,
hey,
yes.
And now we have that same opportunity here in the U.S.
Yes! Woo!
So,
Yay!
So we will be launching, and I'm not giving the exact date, but I will say it's the first part of October. We will be launching. At that time is when you will be choosing your enrollment packs. You'll be paying for those orders, and product will be shipped out. It's going to be the first part of October. So you've got a little over 5 weeks to make this happen, and to really put the pedal to the metal, if you will, to have some great success. So the company started. We launched in Mexico. A lot of people say, well, why did you do that? It's because of the leadership. Because we had phenomenal leadership. We had people that we trusted. We had people that we knew. We had people that we had relationships with. And we knew that we could launch in a very, very big way in Mexico. And we did it very strategically. And it has been hugely financially rewarding to do that. Well, how do we capitalize on that same thing here in the United States? Because here in the U.S., we are launching. We're going to be launching with 4 products. So the first product that I'll talk just briefly about is our flagship product. It's called Link. It's specifically designed for the microbiome, specifically designed for the gut. The science and the research is incredible, and I'm excited to be able to continue to share new things. We've done a couple of videos. We've done a science call just the other week where we had one of our medical advisory board members on talking about Link, talking about the benefits that the gut has with the brain, with the skin, with the nerves. The gut is really the center of the human body in terms of the epicenter of all different functionality in the human body. And here we have a product that is specifically designed to not only to fix the problems that are taking place in the body, but really targeting the root cause of those problems. One of the things that I always struggle with when it comes to products are things that just cover problems up. And I was telling this story earlier, but my wife suffers from eczema and psoriasis on her hands. Gets really, really bad, especially in the seasons change there in Utah. As it gets cold or as it gets hot, her hands break out and get all cracked, and they bleed and they hurt. And she went to dermatologists, she went to lots of doctors. What do you think the doctors did? when she went to a dermatologist, what'd they do? They gave her cortisone, right? They gave her a topical cream. What does that do?
Not,
Not much.
not much.
It's basically trying to cover the problem up.
Yes.
That's what it does. It doesn't fix the problem. It just covers the problem up. It maybe makes the pain not hurt as bad. Maybe it puts some moisture on her skin so it doesn't crack as bad. But is it really trying to fix the problem?
No.
Not really. And that's kind of where we're at with Western medicine today, is we're trying to just cover problems up, not fix them. That's why I'm so excited about Link, because it targets the root cause of the problem. It goes directly to where the problem starts. Well, just a personal experience, my wife went to lots of doctors, nothing worked. She tried cortisone, she tried these steroids, she tried all sorts of crazy stuff, and none of them worked. And then she went on some crazy website and it said, you've got to get your gut in check. And she watched this thing from Dr. Axe and Dr. Oz and who, I don't even know all the different people. And they said, get your gut in check. She started drinking this bone broth and started doing all these like kind of herbal type things. Well, guess what happened?
Skin
Her
The
skin
skin got
got
better
better.
because she got her gut in order.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
She is, can I just tell you how excited she is about Link and about what we're doing as a company?
Yeah.
Because she is a walking testament of the fact that if you get your gut in order, the rest of your body will come along. Your brain, your skin, your nerves will all come together.
Yep.
So that's our flagship product, and it's super excited about that. We're going to launch with 3 skincare products in our Amora line. There's going to be a serum, a toner, and a purifying mud. Each of these has been scientifically formulated to do the exact thing that we want it to do. Whether it's tone the skin and get the skin ready for the serum, or the purifying mud. This was something that we probably went through, I don't even know how many reiterations of the purifying mud, but I would say hundreds of different formulations of this product to make sure that it got the exact right amount of ingredients so that it does exactly what we say that it does. It's a purifying mud. It's going to come in a powdered form. You're going to put it in your hand. You're going to add some water, maybe some avocado, maybe some yogurt, or whatever else. You're going to put it in there. You're going to mix it up into a purifying mud, and you're going to exfoliate your skin, and it is
Amazing.
incredible. It is incredible.
I'm excited.
So those are the 4 products that we're going to launch with in October. And here's a little bit about the philosophy behind our products. We're never going to come out with products as a company that are just Me Too products, that are just, you can go to your local store and you can buy these products. Our core philosophy at Activz is that all of our products are going to do 2 different things. They're either going to activate or they're going to optimize a function of the human body, period.
Yep.
If the products don't do that, we will not be launching them. They are going to activate or optimize the human body. That is who we are. That is our product philosophy. That is the strategy. So we're going to launch these 4 products in October. We'll be launching additional products soon. First of the year, maybe the first quarter of next year, we plan on launching a few new products to the market as well. But we're incredibly excited about these 4 as our 4 flagship launch products here in the U.S. So let me just transition a little bit and just talk a little bit about, we've talked a little bit about the company, we've talked a little bit about the product philosophy, but let's talk about you, because that's why you're here, is you want something more. You want something different. And so let's talk about how you can capitalize on this opportunity and how you can maximize this opportunity, because there's a huge opportunity. As you heard Christina talk about, when she saw that opportunity a little over a year ago, she got excited. She got passionate. She started talking to a few people. Let's talk a little bit about the financial side that could come from this opportunity. Because one of the things that we have done here at Activz is that we've looked at lots of different companies, And we've been involved in lots of different companies, and we wanted to take the best pieces from all these different companies. And so we took the best from this company, and we took the best from that company, and we took the best from this product experience, and we brought them here to Activz. And one of the things that always was kind of a challenge for us on the corporate side was that there's a lot of money out there that is kind of just waiting to be brought into the company, but other companies didn't have a way to bring that money in. And so in the early days when we were writing on those whiteboards and writing on these white pieces of paper in our small little office that we had, we said, you know what, let's not turn that money away. Let's bring in revenue from all different revenue streams, and let's bring them into Activz, but let's do one thing that's critically important. Let's funnel all that money in so that it rewards the people that built this company. Let's focus all of that revenue back into the compensation plan to pay the distributors and to increase the value of our profit sharing program. So we refer to ourselves, when somebody says, well, what is Activz? What kind of a company is it? We refer to Activz as an omni-channel distribution company. What does that mean? It sounds cool, but what does omni-channel mean? Omni-channel means that we're going to be bringing in revenue from lots of different areas. We've got some connections with some television stations. We've got some connections with some radio stations. We've got some connections with some television programming. That there's some individuals that have been doing some sampling with the products that would like to feature our products on some television shows. And these are a series of television shows, not just a one-time little product placement. This is like they want to feature this and highlight this. Well, we want to bring that revenue into the company, and we want to put it back into a profit-sharing pool for every single one of you to be able to participate in. So we are going to be taking in revenue from lots of different revenue streams, and we are going to funnel all of that revenue back into our profit sharing program. Because we want all of you to feel just like me that this is your company. Because at the end of the day, this is your company. And you have the opportunity to be a huge part of this company. And this can be your company. So it's not that you've joined a company and this is the company. You can honestly say, hey, this is my company. It's Activz, and it's my company. And I profit share with this company because I've reached a certain rank in the company. So I profit share with the company. I'm part of this company, and this company is mine. So, so a couple of things. I just want to just paint the picture in terms of some financial opportunity, because as we go through, there's a few ways to maximize this opportunity. And there's a couple of things taking place right now during pre-launch that puts you on the fast track for maximizing this opportunity. We put a promotion together, and we've promoted it now for a couple of weeks. It was 3 individuals to get started. The reason why we did this is those 3 individuals can be really your captains and generals in your organization. These are your 3 individuals that can really put you on the fast track for having success. Next thing we've done is we've said, okay, if you've got your 3, now go get your 10. Go get 10 individuals. We're not asking for credit cards. We're not asking you to place an order today. We're just saying go find 10 like-minded entrepreneurs. People just like you that want something more. Somebody that doesn't want to do what they have to do every day to survive, that doesn't want to go to that job and then come home and see their kid for an hour a day or less. Somebody that wants to do something that they want to do, not that they have to do to survive. Those are the type of individuals that we're looking for, are those that want more, that are entrepreneurs. So you find 10 during pre-launch. Now you go and help those 10 to find 10 of their own. By getting those 10, you're at that A10 level. We've got a huge promotion going on right now, where it ends the day we go live. It ends in October when we start processing orders and start shipping product. And that is that if you get to that rank of A10, we're going to fly you into Utah. We're going to take you to some great experiences. We're going to do some great training. So the challenge is there. Now it's a matter of capitalizing on that opportunity. Now, there's some great tools, there's some great resources for having success, but the most important thing is your excitement, is your passion, is your story. If you haven't already shared your story, if you haven't already created what your story is, do it tonight. Do it tonight and put together what your story is, why you're involved with Activz. Because what we're doing is incredibly exciting. We are moving in the direction incredibly quickly. If you can reach the rank of A6, which is an individual with 10,000 in orders coming through their organization, you start profit sharing with the company. You start receiving revenue from not only just the revenue in your organization, but in everyone's organization. Why is that so powerful? Well, here at Activz, we never want to hear the phrase, well, they're not in my group, so I'm not going to help them.
That's right.
We never
Yep.
want to hear that.
Yeah.
If I ever hear that, I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to literally go crazy. Because we are one, we are Activz. We are all together here. And the fact that at A6 you start profit sharing, you want that person in Guadalajara, Mexico, you want them to kill it. Because if they do well and they grow and you're in A6,
Well.
your check goes up. It's simple. It's simple, and you just need to get to that rank of A6 because you start profit sharing with the company. This is why I'm so excited about the launch of the US. Is that we have had some individuals in Mexico that have literally blazed the trail. They have had huge success and they've had huge growth. Once we launch the United States, guess what happens with that profit sharing program? You get an opportunity to capitalize on all of their success. They're going to be bringing in volume. You're going to be bringing in volume, and everybody rises together. That's what I love about Activz.
I
is the
love it.
fact that we are together, we are one. So it's exciting to be able to be here in the very early days. And I'll tell you what, I thinking back to a previous company and a previous opportunity, I look back to those very first days as the very best days in that company. And it was because I had an opportunity to get to know the people that were involved. And I got an opportunity to not just see them and say, hey, hey Larry, hey, how's it going? But get to know them, to talk to them, to know what's going on in their family, to know what's going on in their life. And that's what's great about where we're at today, is that we have an opportunity in this great area to get to know truly the pioneers of this company. You're the ones that will be leading this company into the future.
I'm seeing you all.
You are the ones that have the opportunity to be at the very front of the room, to be sitting on those big, beautiful couches, those big, beautiful chairs that we'll set up at conventions and big trainings that we do. You will be there, but you've got to take action today. You've got to put a plan in place,
Get out of
and you've got to work that plan. And it can be super, super rewarding. The financial side is incredibly rewarding. As a company, there is not I know because I'm very much a student of this industry when it comes to compensation plans. There is not a single compensation plan anywhere in this industry that has a profit sharing, revenue sharing program like Activz.
Yeah. Woo!
All right, we're recording this. We know this.
It's
you can
true.
record it, and
It's
if
true.
You find one and you can prove to me that it pays out more. I would love to see it.
I
because
believe you.
I know them all. I've
It's
researched them
true.
all.
It's
And
true.
I know
It's true.
exactly what our compensation plan pays out, and it is a lot
Yes.
of financial income. So the challenge is to at least get to A6 and to shoot to get to A10 during this pre-launch period. And let me just tell you something, it can happen. Here's how it can happen. it takes one person getting excited. That's all it takes.
Woohoo! I'm excited!
Woo, woo.
You get one person getting excited, and that person leads to someone else getting excited. And that leads to somebody else, and somebody else, and somebody else.
Energy.
And everybody starts to create some noise.
Yes.
And to create some buzz. And it was interesting.
And create revolution.
Totally. And I'll tell you, this came up a number of times in our meetings this week. So Ryan, who lives in Sacramento, was out in Utah with us this week. And here's what we talked a lot about. We talked a lot about the buzz and the noise and the energy and the excitement that is starting to build. And it's not only building here, it's not only in Mexico, it's definitely building in a huge, huge way here in the United States. But it's also here in Chico. But it's also building in Peru. It's also building in Colombia. It's also building in Vietnam. It's building in Japan. It's building in Korea.
Wow.
It's building in Hong Kong.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
We're getting phone calls from the company of people living in Hong Kong saying, "When are you coming?
Oh my.
We're ready. We want it. We're ready for you."
Wow.
And as a company, we're saying, "Oh, let's launch the U.S. Let's focus on where we can. Let's make sure that each and every one of you have success. But just know that this is just the very
Beginning. Yes.
That we will be launching about the same time, a little after we launch the U.S. We will be launching in Peru. We will be launching in Colombia. We will be looking at doing some pre-launch in Japan the first part of next year. And we're going to be looking at a number of other Asian markets soon to follow after that. So the reality is, and I hate to be super cliche, and I apologize for my clichéness, but you are at the right place at the right time.
Yay.
You are truly here
Yay.
in the beginning.
Yes.
This is the beginning. This is what the beginning feels like. We're going to do another meeting here in Chico. There's going to be twice as many people, right?
That's right.
Well,
Amen.
We're going to have
In
twice
El
as many
Grove?
people, and then we're going to do another meeting after that.
Yes.
There's going to be twice as many. We're going to do Portland. we're gonna
El
do
Grove.
Sacramento,
El Grove.
and we're going to do Elk Grove, and we're going to do everywhere else.
And we all gotta be there
Yes.
And-
with double, triple people.
Bill's on.
And the reality, it can happen with this group right here. This is what it takes. It takes you working together, working with us as a company, and this will be a huge, huge success.
Yes. Amen.
This is exactly what it felt like in our previous endeavor. It felt just like this. And it just took a couple of individuals to get excited, to put a plan together, and then to start working their plan. And that plan consisted of opening their mouth and sharing Activz with people, just like Christina said, people that they wanted to be around. That's the best part about this business, is that you can choose who you bring and who you share this with. And I know we've got some guests here tonight, and I'll just speak to those guests saying that the person that invited you to come here, they were probably a little nervous, to be honest. Maybe they weren't. I'll bet that maybe they were a little bit, because they cared about you, they respected you, and they wanted you to come and to hear a little bit about this company. They wanted you to hear a little bit about what the company was doing, about capitalizing on this opportunity, but they cared enough about you to invite you to come and to hear about this. And now you have the choice to get involved or to not get involved, but I'll just say that this is the right place. And this is an opportunity for you to grow and to participate in something that for many of you, you've maybe never done before. Especially if you're a guest and you've never done this before, this may be completely foreign. But the reality is, it can happen quickly, and it can be exciting, and most importantly, it can be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And so it's a matter of putting a few pieces together and putting a plan together and having that success. So, the last thing that I'll share, and then we can, I'd love to stick around. I'd love to answer questions. We can definitely talk through some of the details behind it. But I'll share this little quote, and this is I think it's great for this group, and you may have heard me share this. I don't know how many people remember the good old days, but there was this sign that hung on my parents' wall. So I grew up in the same house my entire life. Okay, my parents built the house. They moved into the house the year I was born. So we lived in the same home my entire life, and they had all these pictures on the walls and beautiful stuff. Well, a few years ago, I walked by this sign. I walked by this picture that hung on the wall. It's kind of embarrassing, but and it applies to you today. But I walked by this picture, and I looked up at it, and I was there with my 12-year-old, which she wasn't 12 at the time. When we looked up at this picture, and I thought, holy cow, this is awesome. Like, I need to tell people about this. But here's what it said in this big quote. It said, if you could see in a vision what you could become, you would rise up and never be the same.
Wow.
I looked at it and I thought, that is awesome. And then I made this horrible mistake with my mother and I said, did you just get this picture? This is awesome. And she said, that picture has been hanging on that wall your entire
Life.
I had walked by this painting and it had these words on it my entire life, and I had never read it. And it hit me like a ton of bricks that if you could see in a vision what you could become, you would rise up and never be the same. And that is exactly what we're doing here with Activz, is that we're asking people to rise up and to do something they've never done, to have the success that for many people they've never had. And that's my challenge to you tonight, especially the guests that are here that haven't yet joined us, is to ask the questions that you need to ask. Come talk to me, talk with the person that invited you here, get the answers to the questions that you have, but rise up, look a little bit into the future, and become the person that you want to be.
Hey.
And that's the opportunity that is being presented.
Yay.
Paul, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Okay, that's the first.
Next. Call the person to invite to see this video.
I left a whole bunch of people out of thank yous, but I really want to thank everybody because a lot of people brought stuff. But it's really just all us doing this, coming together. You know, we're a team. Oh yeah, and I do want to point out someone that took a very long drive for you to see every week. He's becoming quite a celebrity. And if you guys want product questions, shoot over to him.
Dr. Larry, right
And John's
here.
going to hang around for a while, and obviously I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here. Feel free to stay. I scheduled this thing till 9. I won't tell you that you can stay around a lot after, but you know what? We never kick anybody out, so we usually have this. So anyway, if you're into that, please join the second round and ask questions.
Thank you.
One quick thing I did want to add about me real quick before I just send everybody back to get info and food and drink, and there's plenty of everything left, you guys. So do that. Yeah, and that's just, I